Hey guys, welcome back to Wuthering Waves. In today's video, we're going to be covering some things you really want to focus on right now to help progress your account through the early days. There's a bunch of things that you can do, but a few that you should really focus on that are really going to help you get a good boost out of your account, including using a third-party map, which is going to be fantastic for hunting down some of these elite mobs, which we'll get to in a minute. But the first thing you want to do when you get into the game and you start progressing your account is that you want to progress through the main storyline. That is the main thing you want to do, and as soon as you unlock the first thing, like the first breakpoint you want to reach is when you get to the simulation training. As soon as you unlock simulation training, you want to go there and you want to one run of anything. If you still haven't done this yet and you're capped on stamina, please go and do this. You can fast travel to it once you've seen it. It's super easy, but this thing that you don't want to overcap your stamina. So if I go over here, you can see if I go to enter here, I've got 200 of 240 stamina. I don't want to use more than that much stamina, but I don't want to overcap my stamina. So you just want to do one run here, and then you want to save up your stamina again, because as you get to higher levels, which you will a lot in the early game, you're going to get better drops from these. So you don't want to burn all your stamina at the start, but you don't want to be overcapped from the start of the game. So that is the first breakpoint you want to reach. Besides that, you still want to continue following the main storyline until you unlock the logbook and also the battle pass, because these things have daily requirements for you to go ahead and get a bunch of experience daily. As you can see here, you got 300, 300, 400, whatever it is. So you get a ton of experience. So you want to unlock this as soon as possible so you can find when your daily reset is and hopefully beat the daily reset to get it. That is the next thing. So once you've got those things unlocked, now you do get a little bit of freedom in what you want to do. You still do want to continue leveling up. You at least want to get your account to level 10 so that you can continue on with story. And then the next place you get locked out of is level 14, which is honestly pretty easy to get to. Now, to continue getting those levels, you've got different types of quests. You can do the exploration quests. These ones are really good. They give a ton of experience. As you can see, this one with 2,000. So once I get to 15, I can do that one. But there are lower level ones that you can do that give you an absolute shit ton of experience. So you want to do those. There's also the purple quests. These ones are the piece of shit in the game that eventually you will have to do, but it's annoying as hell. I did the Ling Yang one, and it probably took me about 2 to 2.5 hours to do because you can't skip any of the dialogue and it's all boring as dog shit. But that is what it is. You've got to do it. Unfortunately, they, in their wisdom, didn't give us a skip button. So that kind of sucks. But then you can go ahead and you can do some of these side quests. As you can see, 500 experience on this one. That's a really solid one, 150. This one's got none. This one's got another 500. So I always focus in on the ones that are giving me the most experience first because, you know, that's the most optimal way to get a bunch of experience. In my opinion, some of them do take a bit longer, but they're not too bad. But there's that. Now, besides that, if you are trying to get experience, once again, going back to this logbook, doing these extra missions, as you can see, we get 100 for each of these. All I got to do is level up one more resonator. That is pretty easy. So you want to go ahead and do this logbook as much as you can. You will hit a part where you need to like complete a mission. This one, Clashing Blades, which I'm not at a level to unlock yet. So you will get bricked on actually progressing through this, but it's not too bad. You can go ahead and get some rewards. Now, the next one we're going to look at is the map exploration. Now, doing chests and stuff like that around the map is obviously good because it's going to give you some experience. But the next thing I'm going to do, so I've worked my way through most of the quests. I'm going to do those 2 500 experience quests, see if I feel like I'm close to getting to level 14. If not, what I am going to focus on next is killing the elite mobs in the world, which I'll go ahead and show you guys one at the moment. The elite mobs are great. In the beta, they always guaranteed gold echoes. In this, in the global build, now that it's here, they are only dropping us some purple echoes, but purple echoes in the early game are still really nice. And the reason you want to get these echoes, as you can see, this guy, they're glowing red. Now, some of these are really high level and hard to do, but they should be doable for a bunch of them. And if you want to find where a bunch of these guys are, you can come over to this one here, if I can find it. And there is this interactive map. I'll leave a link to this in the description. If you look where my mouse is, it has like an account button. You can link it to Google and it'll like save. You basically interact with this map and you go, okay, I've gotten this one here. I'm going to click it and I'm going to mark it, and that's like, okay, it's done. It knows you've got that. You can look at everything. You can look at treasures and stuff like that. I'm using this just to look at the elite mobs because I want to get those echoes, and I'll explain why in a sec. But this map's really cool. You just log in with Google, and then you can just save your own map so you know what you've done and what you haven't done, and you can come back to it. They haven't got all of the elite mobs on the map yet, but if we zoom out, you can see they do have a bunch of them, and they will continue adding elite mobs and other stuff to this map as they find more. But once again, that is what we have. have. It's a fantastic feature, and the reason you want to kill all these elite mobs, once again, if we go back over here, is because the thing you really want to progress through as fast as possible is going to be your databank or your Pokedex, if you will. If you see over here at level 8, we can actually start getting level 4 rarity, which is the purple echoes. Now that's fantastic. You do also require, I believe it is level 20 to start getting those, but as you can see at the moment we can only get level 3, which is the blue echoes. However, because of these elite mobs, they have like a higher tier, we can actually go ahead and get purples from them. Now maybe there will be some that do give us the gold echoes in the future, but I haven't seen any yet from all my friends that have been clearing through it. So just keep in mind, it is good to go ahead and knock these echoes out so you can upgrade your Pokedex as quick as possible, because the way you upgrade it is by getting higher tiers of these guys. So you can see the car chaser, or the chaser razor, I've gotten 3 stars on him. And as you can see, the experience it's giving me is 10, 10, 15, and 20. So by getting that purple one, which I got from one of the elites, it gives me all that experience for all 3 tiers. Whereas this one here, you can see I've only got the 10 and 10. And then if we scroll down, I've only got like the 110 on these ones. So you do want to get higher rarities on these. And that is how you're going to get your experience up to increase your data bank, which is essentially your Pokedex. And eventually your end goal is to get to level 15, because that is where you can start getting the max rarity on them. And then as you can see, as we go past here, I don't think, does it go up past the, yeah, so it ends up being a top of 80% for 5 stars and a 20% for 4 stars, which is where eventually you want to get. But the 15 is going to be the big break point for people when you can start seeing those 5 stars or the gold echoes, which are going to be very important. So once again, these elite ones are really, really nice. Some of them are a bit difficult, but in general, as long as you get a few levels up, you shouldn't be too bad. I did lose to this guy when I was still level 20, but I have a level up since then, and we should be pretty good to go ahead and get him done. And dude, we just got a lag animation. Okay, old mate took me a long time to drop, so I'm going to cut that all out. But there we go. We finally got him down. We can absorb that. And as you can see, there we go. We go ahead and we get our purple one, which is fantastic. So the fact that you can start getting all that experience into your data bank and getting those purple echoes before you can actually get them is going to be a great one to go ahead and boost your experience. And once again, by boosting up your levels in here, instead of having like no levels into this, these are going to boost you through experience on the early levels at least, and get you into that level 3 where you can start getting the blue ones, which then as you collect them, or maybe even instead of just getting to 5 where you got a 30% chance, we go into 6, 50, 50, you go into 7 where it's 80, 20, and then as you kill enemies in the overworld and get echoes, you're going to start getting a bunch more of those 3 stars, which is going to snowball the effect of getting you more experience, getting you to 8 quicker, which then you can get to the 4s, and so on and so forth. So I think using the interactive map to get through the elite if you want to, but also use that interactive map to look at puzzles, anything else you want, it's a fantastic feature. And like I said, the fact that you can log everything that you're doing through the interactive map and keep it there and open it up next time and just keep track of it, it's a really handy feature to use to be able to continually progress through that. Now, moving on past that, like I said, it becomes a game about getting experience. And another way you can get some good one-off experience is actually pretty big, so doing these will be really handy if you are bricked, is going around and doing the world bosses. Your first clear of each of these gives you 500. The other 450 is tied into burning stamina to go and complete them, but these bosses, go around and clear them all once. You will have to do a fair bit of exploring to go ahead and unlock all the bosses. You got the monkey down here, but they're all labeled on your map. You don't need to use the interactive map to find them. You can see that they are all here, so you can clear up all those bosses. We got the other ones at the top. We got one here. We got what's his name? Crownless over there. We got the other 2 over here. So there is a ton of bosses with a bunch of experience. If you are looking for some extra experience, just go clear them once, get that first clear reward. Happy days. That should give everyone a massive boost in their experience. Now, the other way to gain experience is once again to burn stamina. So if you do hit a brick wall where you've done everything you can do, if we go back over here, where you've done all the stuff you can do for getting experience from here, you've done everything from your dailies, you've done all the quests that you can do, and you've explored more of the world than you care to do, then the last thing that you can do is this is when you can shift and you can go ahead and look at spending your stamina. Now you can choose where you want to do it. You can do it, like I said, at the first place I went to is just the first place you unlock. You can also farm for some of your ascension materials if you choose to, or the the other thing you can do is, I haven't unlocked any of them yet, but you can go ahead and get your, I call them trace materials because, you know, old timers, but the forgery challenge, you can go ahead and do these once you unlock them as well. I will make a whole guide going through the optimal ones to do, but in the first day, it's not the biggest stress on what you farm, but then I'm going to go through level limit breaks on which ones have higher efficiency at what stages. If you remember from Star Rail, you'll know what I'm talking about. If not, don't worry, you'll see it when the video comes out. But then you can go ahead and burn your stamina to go ahead and gain experience. Now, if you do see people out there with crazy high levels, often that does mean you can purchase stamina in different ways from different packs, but also you can buy stamina with refills. I don't recommend it for free to play. If you want to, you can. I am not doing it myself on this game. I often do, but in this game, I am not going to do that. But if you do buy extra stamina to do extra runs, people will be going and getting higher levels. So don't feel bad if you are caught behind and your account level is a little bit lower and you've done everything you need to do. Once you hit that point, it just means you've got to wait for the next day. But something that you can always do if you are feeling stuck and you still have stuff to do in the game, because the game just has so much of it, you can keep going around the overworld. Like I said, use that interactive map, complete the treasures. The treasures will continue to give you experience. It is small, but once you accumulate it all, it does become a large amount of experience. So if you are stuck on everything else, going through the map is going to be the big thing you can do to get yourself some extra experience. But once again, killing enemies and getting those echoes is going to help you level up your Pokedex, and that will help you upgrade and get better echoes in the future, which is a fantastic thing. And then the final thing that you can do is join up with your friends. If you want to, I don't have any friends on my list at the moment, but you can go ahead and you can group up with friends once you do have them on your list, and then you can go and clear echoes in their world as well if you want to team up with them, if you're trying to really sweat it out. But like I said, these first few days, you should be pretty busy, so hopefully you don't end up with nothing to do, but those who are pushing really hard, eventually you will hit the stop on your levels and you will just have to wait for the next day, get that daily XP boost, and then away you go again. But that is pretty much everything that you want to focus on in the first couple days of play to maximize your progression. Now, I will make more guides talking about what to upgrade, what to invest in, and stuff like that, but hopefully this gets you guys pointed in the right direction for the first day. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.